Good morning. The master juggler that I am pre-recording this live for today because there's other things I will be attending to, but please join me in this practice when your time comes, and also leave any comments or questions. So today's practice is focused on the yogic practice of Satya, or truth. And I'm going to share a quick reading from this book. It's called Yoga Life 10 Steps to Freedom. This is a book that I purchased at Kripalu when I first went through my yoga teacher training. And it's a practice in the yamas and niyamas, which is kind of, I casually call it like the code of ethics for yogis. And so from the practice of yoga, yogic philosophy, Satya, truth, what they say in this book is one day's knowing may give way to another day's knowing. Apparently a different truth altogether. As we grow, our manifestation of truth changes. On a finite level, Satya is our connectedness to the divine. It is the way we know what we know to be so. Satya is perfect truthfulness in thought, word, deed. It is the highest virtue. In the spirit of Satya, we stay clear-headed and are candid with ourselves. We know what we feel, think, say, and do, and our behavior reflects this truth, clarity, and consistency. We make sure our actions are forthright and honest, devoid of deceit and projections. With others, we have the courage to both speak and listen to what is true for each other in a loving way. We are direct with communications that shed light rather than project negativity. Okay? And so as we settle in for this practice of truth today, I am going to invite you to find a comfortable position and close your eyes. And focusing inward on the breath. And as you focus on the breath, bringing into awareness the root of the body, the place where the base of your body makes contact with the support beneath you. And moving, just rocking the pelvis, feeling into that space, this foundation, this point from which we take root and emerge. So finding solidness through the base of the body. And then from that space, lifting upward. So I like to imagine fall as very much being a season of coming toward truth. Just like the tree settles in for the long winter by shedding its leaves, all of its show, and coming down to the bare basics, settling into its naked truth. And it goes into that deep hibernation in that truth through the winter months. And we do the same thing. And this year it feels especially highlighted as we move into a COVID winter. How do I strip down to the bare essentials and stay true to myself and in relationship with myself during this time? And so through that base of the body, imagine right now growing roots, rooting downward. Feeling the strength of the trunk growing upward. Imagining the branches reaching outward. Rooting equal to the branching. As high as the leaves reach into the sky, so deep do the roots go into the ground. As wide, so wide. Feel those roots growing deep and expanding outward. So it is. And then returning to the trunk of that tree. Noticing the solidity. The certainty of the trunk. And the solidness of truth when we align with it. And then from that alignment of the trunk, picturing the branches reaching out, the movement and action that emerges from the truth. Imagine those branches coming through the crown of the head, reaching outward into the world. Rooted in knowing, aligned in truth, and then reaching out and acting through that truth. Feeling, seeing, sensing the energy of the tree. Notice what's happening now. What does this feel like in your body, both on a physical level and on that emotional and felt sense level? And as you align with this through your body, as you align with this image, reflecting now on what is it that you ground into. Maybe it's family, maybe it's a divine power. Maybe you ground into your body or books or knowledge. What allows you to feel rooted? Nature. What is it for you? What allows you to feel rooted? What do you draw from as you source your energy for moving through the world? Meditation, yoga. What is it for you? And then imagine drawing from those things through your root. How do you know that these things create that solid foundation for you? This isn't a questioning so much as an aligning with knowing. And when you are well grounded in those things, what truths emerge for you? It may be values. It may be alignment with your clarity on your needs, your desires. Notice what's truth versus what's desire. Or maybe noticing if something seems like it's a truth, but you're not quite sure, so maybe truth. As you name your truths in this moment, feeling that through the trunk of the body. How do you act on truth? Taking a moment to reflect on how you act on truth in your relationships, in your interactions with others, how you act on truth with what you bring into the world through your work or through your interactions. And how do you discover and align with your truth? How do you act on it? How do you stay true to yourself? Allowing that to be the branches. Continuing to contemplate here and continue to return to mindful awareness as you contemplate, as each truth emerges, as you notice the ways you act on it. Notice how that feels in your body. Notice the thoughts that go with it. Through our actions, we speak truth. Through our words and our actions, we express it into the world. If you feel out of alignment with your truth, what's one thing you might commit to stay in stride with your truth, to express it more completely? Make it something that's completely doable. And take a big breath. Let it go. Starting to bring gentle movement into the body. Deepening the breath. And when you're ready, starting to open the eyes. As you head into this season of deep reflection, releasing what doesn't serve, and then contemplating how you choose to move forward, please take some time to return to this recording and also to take some time to journal and process on a different level. see you next week. As always, you're welcome to join our World Changing Women group. It's an inner eye life coaching group that I've started for World Changing Women. And of course, you are always welcome to contact me. Let me know what's going on, how these practices are impacting you and your life. I look forward to hearing from you. Namaste.